Alright, welcome back to another installment of Scraping Craigslist. So today I want to make some changes to our program here. I've figured out how to make these arguments not optional anymore. So we're going to do that, as well as do that. So that should make them not optional anymore. And I also figured out how to make this so we don't have to do this anymore. I'm going to quickly action store true. Destination cats, default all. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think what we can do here, let's comment this out for a minute here. What's going on? Oh, I'm in Alt 2, whoops. Interesting, I didn't know that you could do that, okay. So Alt 3, comment it out. I already commented it out, so we can do that. Alright, so we're gonna go like if args.cats, then we do results equals row, comma, rejects, comma, args.cats, comma, args. So we'll go like this. And args dot destination. I think that's deep search, right? We gotta look here. Deep search. Yeah. So then we do a call like this. If args dot, we're gonna do elif args dot cats. We're gonna do this one. Without cats here. And then we're gonna do this next one right here. And just check for args dot deep search. We're gonna check. Oh no, we want this to be cats here. And that should be set to false, yeah, okay. And then we are going to do, yeah, this one. Else results equals scrape Craigslist URL, comma, rejects, comma, search. And that's it. So now we don't have to worry about the expandability of this protocol. We got to first check that that works. So we're going to go to documents here. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hold on, cd dot dot cd docu. There we go. Now, do Python Craigslist scraper -h. Oops. All right, I gotta put the py. Valid option string u must start with the character dash. Ah, right. How do I make it not a required, you know, positional arguments n, integer for the accumulator. Maybe I have to set a metavar? I don't know. That's the only thing I see different there. So we'll try it. Why not? Wait. Let's try that. Probably don't need to assign a destination for it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we just need to get rid of the destination, get rid of required true, and get rid of the optional thing here. Now that should work. Look at all the syntax. I need a comma there. Alright. There we go. So we have two positional arguments called URL and regex. And we have two optional arguments called help and deep search. And cats, which stands for categories. Now I think I want to change deep search to search content, because we'll call that SC. We'll call this search content, because that's more appropriate, I think. Action store true. So Control F, deep search. I think, yeah. So if we go like that, then let's see if this works right now. And if it does, then we'll change it. But for now, I want to keep it how it was, which is -d. So we're gonna run it again, and we're gonna say -u or URL HTTPS // We gotta get the hold on, we're gonna go to here, right here, and I think to code maybe? No, maybe in docs. No, okay. So I gotta look up our Craigslist URL. So we're gonna do that real quick. Now we're gonna copy paste this. And I think I am going to get rid of that extension that it does, and then, oops, org. Then we're gonna do regex books. And then we're gonna do node-c, -c is books. And we want to look for unrecognized argument regex. James, can you close the door? Yeah. Let me look it up. Multiple positional arguments, argparse. Let's see if we can change this. Do we need to add a metavar? I don't know. Oh, do we put the optional arguments before the positional arguments? Maybe that's what it is. Hold on. Okay, yeah, but how do I, okay. Let's come to this. Oh, so you can just go, you don't even have to call the flags, you can just, okay, I think I'm understanding. So we just do H, that's cool. Then we do the rejects, we want books. And then we want the category books, well we want the rejects to be textbook. I want the category to be books, and we don't want to use -d. Let's see if that works. Cats, not defined. Right. Because why? Line 35. So we can do go to 35, I said, okay. Right here. We got to do args.cats right here. Then we do args.deep search, yada yada yada, good. Okay, good, that works. Obviously, a little bit verbose when we're using this. So we can delete all this, delete this, or actually we'll leave that there, that's fine. So now if we go -h, right, These are the positional arguments. I mean, no, these are the optional arguments. These are the positional arguments. Okay, so you gotta go URL, regular expression, then the help, or the -d, or that one. Okay, so we fixed that. Next thing I think we want to do, let's see, what were the goals that we had? I think I just stored them. Where did I put those at? Let's go to this PC. Goals, I stored it in. Alright, I stored it in there, okay. But we have this here. Fix scraper program from examining all tags within blah blah blah. Update the direct dictionary title reference if a post is repeated with a lower price, okay. Go through numerous pages of the website. Right, that's what we were working on. Be able to store prices in reference to the titles. Add flag that returns off and on searching inside a post for data. And we have done that. I think we're going to change it now though. So we're going to come back to here, change it to -sc, which stands for search content. So now we're going to just do, hold on. Edit, replace, deep search with, what was it, search content. We're going to replace all. Should work. And now we're going to test this again. Oops, we got to save it, I think. Yep, that works. So now we're going to test this. Dash, -sc. Cats is not defined. Okay, so we got another cats variable that we didn't use appropriately, so we got to do args.cats. And I think I'm going to delete these and just put args.url in each one of these ones here. So we're going to do args.url there. Args. I could have done find and replace with this too, but I feel like don't feel bothered to do it right now. Okay, that should work. Okay. Alright, that works. Let's go. So now we've made our positional arguments and our optional arguments much more defined. We have made our if case statement for each one that exists much more easier to read. And yeah, I'm also making this a little easier to read because you want it to be, I think each line should be about 75 lines long, I think. I'm not sure. I think that's about what it should be. Yeah, I don't know how to make strings do that though, like that, So that's the case. There we go. What do we want to do next here? So that's been added. Add flag that turns off. Be able to store prices. Store the data that we get into a JSON file. Store the data, time, etc. Check back on it throughout the day to see if any new posts were added. Blah blah blah. I think I'm thinking of one right now. And hey, James, turn the sound off. All right, so we're gonna go to here. I think we were making it recursively go through all the pages. That's what I was thinking. But I think in order to do that, we need to nest all this inside of the recursion, well, inside of the looping through each page function. So we're gonna go like this. I think it's what is it? It's Alt. Yeah, it's Control right bracket to indent like that. And now we can do I think if we go here, I was looking at this earlier, come to books. We can select the next page and just click that URL at each time. I think if we do that, then we have previous. Yeah. So we are going to do that still. Dot next. I think that's what we did. Then we do if next page link exists. Zero. Because it gets a list. Then we do this stuff. Let's get rid of this. I think I was figuring that out. I think I was like, yeah, okay, I think this is how we want to do this. I'm gonna add a new argument here. That is a next link tag. then once you do get all the posts in the page, then we go to the next page. So we want to do and then the next page link of 0.adder. I think that's what we want to do, right? Go down here. Yeah, dot adders of href. Next page tag. That's what we should call this. We get the single tag out of there because it exists, and then we call this function again, and it does it for the next page. Else, if there is no, next link, then we just do this without any of the next link tag going on. And so that's going to do it for each extension, each category that we have. It's going to do that for that. And then for each, if there's a next tag page, then we go to that. If there's not, then we do this and this. Now I think what we should do is we should turn this into a function, because this is the same as this, which will make this a little bit more readable, essentially. So we're going to go and run this, see if this works. Turn off search content. Okay, here we go. It's Craigslist. Non-default argument follows default argument. Alright, so we added a next link equals none. So we made it into a non-default argument. So it's going through right now. We'll see if this works. It doesn't look like it's working. Yeah, see how it's Control C. Start from the top here. So I want to do Control F, cancel. Control F, Control V. See how we were finding multiple of those? Should not be happening. So let's, I'm going to show you how to use the how to use the debugger in IDLE and idle. So this is how you set breakpoints. Breakpoints allow you to stop at each point and see what's going on. And we're going to put a breakpoint here as well. And now we're going to Control S. Something that we need to do is we need to come here, and for debugging purposes, we're going to use that. And instead we're going to do put a URL here, HTTPS. Then we're going to put the rejects, which is books. And then we're going to put the categories, which is going to be I want this to be textbook, that's right. Next thing we want the search contact flag to be false, and we want that one to be nothing. So we're going to do this, run Python shell, debugger, source globals, and now we're going to run this. Debugger, source, blah blah blah. Okay, so error, the following arguments are required, UL and rejects. Okay, so we need to comment this out too. So we'll run it again. We're just doing that for debugging purposes. So go over all the imports, over this. We're gonna just hit go, have it go. Here's the problem. Okay, so it creates like separate files for us to break here, so we got to Control C. Let's clear these breakpoints here real quick. I'll cut this out so you don't have to watch me do this. Okay, so we want to put a break here, and then we're gonna say to the debugger, or to this, we're gonna say run module. Okay, we're gonna say step, or over, step, step. Okay, so now it's in our other file here. So now this is where we want the breakpoints to be. Okay, so it's got the breakpoints in here already. Good. So now what we want to do is we want to go, and it goes to that one there. So we can see here the categories as books. Cat data has activities, deactivity, blah 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 blah. Category data. Cat says books. Extensions. So it got us the extension that we needed for the books. We have the rejects textbook. Search flag is false. URL is that. Rejects is read.compile textbook. Good. So we are going to go. Now, as you can see, we've hit this if statement here. Line 41, next page tag is 0. Now, it should, it says none. Next, the link is none. That's right. Is that right? Right, yeah, next link is done because that's our optional argument that we passed through. Next page tag contains this, the next page link. Can't see the rest of that href there. Posts, a class, result title, blah blah blah, how to draw animation. We can't expand it at all. Posts, yada yada yada. Has all these. Right, has all the posts in the page. Then if we hit go again, line 43 for post and posts. Then we hit go. If mode is not equal to none, right. Matches equals go into post. James? Search content flag. So now we're going to go. You know, I'm going to delete some of these breakpoints here. I'm going to clear this, clear this, clear this, this. And I want to see when we execute this line here, you know? Essentially is what I want to see happen. So we're going to just go through all those. Now we're at here. Matches equals scrape Craigslist. HRES, next page, dot attributes, href. Okay. I think what's happening here, I think I know what's happening here. It's not going to the next page ever because post user rejects true matches the search content flag. Because it's never adding this, we need to add an if case statement here. Okay, so let's quit and try that out. So we're gonna exit that, and we're gonna exit this. No. And then we're gonna go here, comment all this, and then comment all this. Alt 3. There we go. And same here. Should just alt forward that one. Okay. Let's close this. Come here. So now we're going to test. We need to actually come here. We need to put an if statement right here. So that if next link exists, then we do this. Else so if the next link exists, okay, then we add it to the URL. But if it does not exist, then we just add the extension. Make sense? Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. think that's what we want it to do. Does this return? Yeah, it does return matches. We'll worry about this in a minute though. That's a bug, honestly. The reason why I was changing that was because when we go into post here, there's already a matches variable that exists. Well, there's already a matches variable that exists here, basically. So we need to add equal this, and then it would return the matches here into this callback, recursive callback here, and then add it to the append it to the matches. Basically, that's what we want it to do. So we should add like an append function maybe. There's probably a function to add a dictionary to another dictionary. We'll do that in a bit. For now, though, we're just trying to get this working. So let's try to get this here. Okay, I think this was working now. And it should stop when there's no more pages. You see that? I think I saw the same thing twice right there. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Categories books. But we didn't provide a oh no, our regular expression is textbook. That's what we provided. Okay, let's come here. Look at this again. If there is a next link, call the next page. Else, don't call the next page and just call the way it is right now. So that's basically the first page that we're getting. Get soup the response that we get. Select all the title posts in here. Get the next page tag here. Create the matches variable. If next page tag exists, then go through here, find all the posts that match our regular expression, and call this function again. What I want to do is I want to create a page variable that stores which page that we're on. That's just going to be a global there. So here's what I want to do. And then we're going to so that should tell us what page we're going to be on, essentially. That's what that's going to do. So we're going to run this again. And we're going to watch for that. Oh, shoot. Don't want to do the search content because that's going to take forever. Page referenced before assignment. No, it's not. You liar. It's a global. We're just out of that real quickly. It's optional. There we go. Now that should work. Let's give it a shot. Non-type string, right. Let's make it 0 instead. Okay, there we go. See, that's definitely way too many pages. See, it's just it keeps going forever, essentially. Because next tag always exists, possibly. When does next tag when does next tag not exist is my question. Let's try this. Oops. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Now we're going to Control C. Hold on. Let's add some text here that we can search real quickly. Must be a CR, not tag. Ah. Okay, so we're going to Control C. I think I figured out what's going on here. So since the tag always exists, then it's going to forever call this function again, essentially. And because this is probably none, then it's using this to call the page again. So then it's forever looping through that way. So we need to check if dot attributes of href exists. I think that should work. Let's see here. That's I think we gotta save it. Yeah, let's save it. Come here. Oops, Control C. Don't want to search the content, just want to search the titles. And there we go. We fixed it. That's awesome. So we're going to come here. We're going to delete this. That's awesome. So the problem was that the tag always existed. We were only grabbing the tag in this if case statement here. We need to check if the attribute of href existed. And in the case that it did not exist, then it would end the looping. So we're going to delete this here. And then I think that's good. So our function can now store the data. Be sure to go through numerous pages of the website. That's added. Now, can we do multiple categories like books, and then not just books, but let's see here, what other categories are there? There should be like furniture and free. So we're going to come here. We're going to say, let's make sure that works for each category here. List index out of range. What's that error about? We're going to do that, and then we're also going to add a print for each page. Okay, let's do that. Let's try it again. I think the problem is because it's recursive, when we go to the next category, it's not saving the next category for the recursive process. So it's going like multiple times through the recursion process. So the way to fix that would be to, I think, instead of passing in the extension, we need like a current extension that we're on as we're recursively going through this, you know? I have another feature idea. I think that would help a lot in the problems that we're having here and a lot of the issues. So I think I'm going to refactor this now into a object-oriented program. So we're going to do file, file, not undo, redo. File, new file. I'm going to put a description up here of what this file is going to be. It's going to be the object that makes requests to the to Craigslist and stores the data. Right. So we gotta save this now. So we're gonna call this object, well, let's think about this. Okay. The objects that we have in our program. What are the objects that we have? Well, we have Craigslist. We have a page. We have, with the posts. Each page has a certain amount of posts. We have categories. We have matches. We have categories. We have page. We have matches. We have category results. Like we have the results that we got from a category. Each and every single page after that would be a category result. And then, so let's start making some objects from these things. Okay. We have the response, we have the request, we have the soup, we have the HTML from that. So let's say that we'll start making a page object here. Okay. So we're gonna come over to, I think, darn it, where is it? It is here, code. Okay, we didn't make it. So obviously I must have deleted it or something. File, new file. Okay, so we're going to make a class. Oops, we're going to call this Craig post page. Craig result page. That's what we're going to call this, .py. And in this page, we're going to have class page. And within here, we're going to make a constructor object here for this. And it's going to be self, because we have the self object. The instance of the object itself when this is created. And then we probably want the data for that page, the HTML for that page, right? So let's look here. So we make the request, and then we make the soup, and then we get and this would be the HTML here, essentially. So I think that's all we need. We just need the HTML. And then we're going to search through that HTML for different types of things. self.html is equal to HTML. So now we can use that throughout our program. And so now we can do, okay, self.soup is equal to, and so we got to import soup, import bs4. So we're going to do soup.select. Right. bs4 dot beautiful soup rest.text, comma, lxml. Okay. Then we're going to have a self object that contains the posts. We're just copying the code right now, making this object oriented, and this will help out a lot in the expandability of our project, essentially. Dot result dash title. Now we want to grab the self dot next page link tag is equal to soup dot well, it's self dot soup. So we gotta do self dot that self dot soup dot select dot next. Okay. And then we do self dot next href link is equal to self dot next tag of 0 dot attributes of href. Now then, so we have all the posts and we have all this stuff. Okay. So we want to get self dot matches. We're just constructing the page object. We don't really care about what, you know, like, I think this is fine so far. You know, we could call page.posts, and that would give us all the posts of it. Right. Okay, yeah, I think that's good right there. So we're going to keep that like that. Now, what is some functionality that we would want from this class here? Well, we could include a function that gets all the things that match our regular expression. So we can call that get matches, which passes in self and passes in a regular expression. So import re. Re.compile regex goes this, then we come through here and we say if mo does not equal none, then we do then we look through all the posts. We also have content. We also have page. Page of what? Page of results. That's what we're going to call that. Now we want a class called post content, because that's the content that's within a post, you know. And this post content will contain the innards of a Craigslist post. Def underscore under init self comma HTML. Now we're gonna do I keep saving and it keeps like moving it. I don't know. I think I keep hitting Control D. That's probably what I'm doing. So now we're gonna do what we did up there as well. No, it's equal to HTML. Actually, we need to make a entirely big, large page here. We could create a class HTML page. Just class HTML page. And what this is just a So right now we're making a super class for both of these classes here because they both are having the same functionality here. We're storing HTML into the HTML tag. We're storing a soup object into the soup object here. And this is where they start differentiating here. However, we'll worry about that in a second. So we're going to go like this. So we're going to do self.html equals HTML, self.bs4.beautiful soup resp dot. See the resp object there, we haven't gotten that yet. Which means that we need to make a request before we, which means we need to pass in the response too. That's what that means. Resp.text LXML. Okay. Now self.soup is equal to that. Now, since we did this, we can go like, okay, I want this to be an HTML page. So you will inherit from HTML page, which is right here, and that contains two objects. It's called self.html and self.resp. Now we don't need to pass in either of these because it inherits from the HTML page. However, I need to look up inheritance with Python. Hold on. Okay, I need to test some stuff inside of the Python shell real quick here. So we're gonna go like class person, and this is gonna have comma name, comma just comma name. We're gonna just do that, and then self dot name is equal to name. Now then, class employee inherits from person def underscore init underscore self comma employee number. I think maybe we need to put in yeah, see, super. Okay, so when you do that, you have to include the tags there like that. You have to do super da 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 da. Okay. Mm. Okay. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna say comma HTML, comma response. And it's gonna be super. Right. Now we're gonna go super open close dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore HTML comma resp. And so now this will do all that stuff for us, and we can do the same thing here too. So we can go HTML page. We're gonna say HTML comma response. Then we're gonna say, let me copy this to here. Okay. So now that we have that done, so that way each one of these are going to do the code that's up here. So that way if we want either of these to do the same thing, then we can just refer to this one and use that instead. So, and if there's functionality that's different between those two, then we can implement it into these ones, you know, individually. So now, see, I deleted all that there, and I shouldn't have, because there was some there. Okay. Comma HTML comma response. And so we don't need both of these here. We can put super. I'm going to do HTML, comma, response. Go. Self.posts, self.next tag, blah, blah, blah. Good. Control C. Control V. Now, see, this is what I want to call it. I want to call it soup HTML page. That's what we're going to call it. So, soup HTML page. Then we're going to go self.title equals self.soup.select. Should be a title and a post, so we're going to go here. We're going to go garage sale, and we're going to go into here. And if we inspect this element, then there should be a class name, posting title text only. See how it contains location in the class here? I think we want the ID, the span and ID. So how do we do that? Let's look that up. So we're going to go web scraping. It's going to come down here. With an ID attribute author. That's what we want right there. So we're going to do pound title text only. Okay. So now we're going to go self dot I think this is the city right here. Interesting how you can just drag around that. You just do have to click. Can we inspect that element? I mean, I think they've provided a lot of JavaScript only, yeah. So if you want to get the contact information, you got to use a browser head. So we'll probably do that in a bit, but yeah. Does each one have a little text thing here? Nah, see, not each one has one of those. Let's see if I go to make a post. We'll just go to like for sale by owner. Go to antiques, why not? Price, specific location, postal code, posting body, posting details, contact information. I think specific location is the small tag, that's what it is. And then the make, manufacturer, size, dimensions, blah, blah, blah. Self dot, okay, yeah, we can go back here. Now if we come back to garage sale, come back to here, come back, and we can say, okay, self dot city equals self.soup.select. Inspect element. It is the span. It is a small tag within. Hold on. Let's view page source. Control F small. Yeah. See, there's more than one small tag. That's what I was trying to check. So since there's more than one small tag, then what we want to do is we want to say the small tag within the tag of span. Okay, within a span. Okay, so we're gonna have to test this out a bit too. We're gonna come here, span. All elements of span with all elements of small within a all elements small within the span tags. That's what we want to get. As a class of all elements of span with a class of posting title text. We're gonna have to test that, make sure that works. Self dot here equals. And the reason why we're doing all this is because we want to make this program as expandable as possible. And if we handle all this stuff before we have to get to it later on, then we won't have to deal with it later on. So now, right now we're getting the address. So we want to get the all tags with the map address tag here. So let's come to here, search for Control F, map address. See, there's two things with a map address. Let's see, I want the one called div with a map, a class type of map address. See that? So I want a div tag with a class attribute of map address. So if we come to here, we look at this, we say, okay, all elements named input that have a attribute named type with a value button. I want all elements div with the class attribute of map address. I think that should work because the reason why it should work is because the only two existence of the class map address are here and of here, and this one is a p tag, so we can explicitly filter out the map address label here and use that instead. Granted, we could also get the href to a Google Maps location of this, and then we could compare the and then we could use that link to get the latitude and longitude of that location and compare it to different locations and try to figure out what would be the shortest route between those locations. I don't know. I've always wanted to do that type of thing with Craigslist though. So now that we have that, we can come here and we can go, okay, well we need a content self.description is equal to self.soup.select. Okay. Inspect element. section posting body. Granted, we are just getting the tags too. I didn't think about that. We want to get the content of those tags. And I think to do that, we need to come here. We want to come here. We're going to say 0 dot text. I'm going to say 0 dot text. And we're going to say 0 dot text. So that way we're going to get the text title, text of the city, and the text of the address. Now we want to get the description. So if we come over here, then we come to section. So we want all the div tags within the section tags. And we're going to go, should get only one of them, 0 dot text. There we go. I'm sure there might be a little bit of a less janky way of doing that, probably using find all or find, but for now we're going to just use that. And now if we come down here, go to posted a day ago, posted 8 days ago, is updated a day ago. So let's come to here for sale and look at one of these. So condition, make, manufacturer. I assume like this is like conditional data. What's this here? Is this like JavaScript? That's a button. So then we come here. Seems like that's like a bot prevention thing there. We also got to test this too. But yeah, anyways, guys, I think that's good for today. I'm going to continue this on later on, next time at the very least. We got to test out this program here, so we're going to write in here to do for next time test the refactored page content class. So we're gonna do that next time. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. If you would like to leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Want to help support the channel, click the link below. Create an account today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.